Hey, this is Logue, and you're listening to the Real Estate Wholesaling Syndicate. I designed this podcast to get you real, actionable information that you can apply directly into your wholesaling business. There's no fluff, no bullshit, just real advice and real strategies from the best investors and wholesalers in the game. State Wholesaling Syndicate podcast. Super excited to have Tez Arbertha with us today. Tez, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Absolutely, my brother. Kai, thank you so much for the invite, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to do this one, man. I'm looking forward to this. So, yeah, for people who don't know, do you want to give us an intro?
Absolutely, man. I'm gonna get a quick video of this thing. This is sick. Okay. So, man, my name is Tez Arbertha, born and raised right here in Oklahoma City. I'm a real estate investor. I've been investing for this year's gonna be 5 years. I've been in real estate total for 8 years. And I invest, man. I do everything on the residential side of real estate to make money. I have a real estate team on the retail side. We flip, we buy, rentals, up to all those things. But I'm also a real estate mentor, right? I teach people how to get into real estate, teach people how to get their first deal, second deal, so on and so forth, and make this thing a business. My entire mentorship and coaching program is called Verified Flippers. Yeah, man. So that's everything about me right now, bro.
I love it, man. So how did you get started, man?
Yeah, man. So the way I got started in real estate, brother, I actually started out in new home construction. It was a very interesting way to get into what I do now. But in new home construction here in Oklahoma City, there's a company called Roush Coleman Homes. And Roush Coleman Homes, what they do is they build out an entire development. They stick a model home in the neighborhood, and then they set it up with salespeople to sell the houses. So people come in, talk to them, sell them on the product that the company is building, right? So they would come in. Obviously, I talk to them, help them get over, their fears of buying a property and things like that, man. So that's how I got started.
I love that, man. That's great. And then, yeah, for everyone, you might see comments coming in on the side. Appreciate you guys hopping on. If you guys have any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments. We'll be looking at them. And at the very end, after we finish the podcast portion, we'll make sure we get all your questions answered for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So you're in home construction. How'd you make the flip over to investing? Was that kind of always the goal, or how did that come in?
Man, really good question. When I first got into real estate, much like most people, right? When you think real estate, most people think real estate agent, right? They think they have to have a license. They think, okay, I'm going to go out here and sell houses. So that's actually what I thought was going to be next for me. I didn't think it was going to be investing. I didn't know what it was going to be. And then I came across the dude's podcast, my man, Sean Terry, out of Phoenix, Arizona. And he's talking about this wholesaling thing. To me, it sounded fake, man. Like, I was like, there's no way. Again, I'm selling houses. I had a lot of success early on selling properties for this new home builder, right? So I say that not to brag, but to say that I really thought I knew everything about real estate. Like, I thought I knew everything about it, bro. I was selling properties. I got promoted to be a sales manager. That's when I really thought I knew it all. And I had no idea that there was an entire world out here on the investing side that I knew nothing about. I pretty much compare myself to a real estate agent because I knew everything on the retail side, loan programs, etc. So long story short, bro, I came across this podcast, started learning more about investing, about wholesaling, about that stuff. And man, I started to really focus on it. I started to look into it. I started to see what it was about. And long story short, as my passion for wanting to learn how to wholesale grew, my passion to be an employee at this company shrank a lot. Shrank a lot. And bro, it got to a point to where my sales team figured out I was checked out. I wasn't as committed to helping them get deals across the finish line and things like that. And they started to look into me, man. These were all six-figure employees. They weren't dumb. They saw the writing on the wall. I was a guy who gave 110%. So when I'm just giving 100%, they noticed. They're like, man, what's going on? Is he okay? Like, at first they thought it was my health. And they was like, nah, he's just, he's tired all the time, or he's just not himself. So they started to look into everything I was doing, brother. And they found out that I had this wholesaling company that I was trying to get started. I had a sales page, like a business page, right? I did all the things, but I still was like not associated. I never put my face out there. I had like a cartoon character. People put it together, man. And they pretty much, like, I thought I was really smart. And long story short, man, the VP of operations and sales came to me and straight up asked me, if I was wholesaling or if I'm doing something on the side. In a company like this, I had no college education. I was guaranteed 6 figures a year and all those things. They didn't want me to focus on anything else, bro. They wanted me to 100% have my focus on what they had going on. And looking back, I do not blame them at all. But they gave me an ultimatum. And they were like, look, you want to stay working with us or you want to go out and try this wholesaling thing? Now, he really did the quotes. He did he did that. Now, Kai, let me remind you, or let me at least say this. My backstory, bro, I grew up without my parents. I just had my grandma. Nobody in my family made the kind of money that I was making at this company. Nobody. And I was now helping my grandma, my brother, my family members, just me relying on this 6-figure income. It's now my family, bro. So like when he did that air quote, I still haven't had a deal closed quite yet. So, looking back, I can say like, oh, and make fun of him for doing that and in your face. But bro, at the time I was scared. I was frightened. Yeah. It's a lot on the line. And long story short, man, I mean, he told me to go home, give it the weekend, think about it. Came back Monday and I just asked him if I can do both. I was like, man, like, why can I not do both? And they pretty much were like, yeah, you ain't getting it, bro. Like, you're not understanding. Like, that's not what we're going to do. So they let me go, man. They let me go in 2019 from the best job I ever had. But 4 days later, bro, those leads that I was following up with trying to get across the finish line, one finally called me back. And I went out and I locked this deal up, man. And I made $19,000 on that wholesale deal. And that was in 2019. And I told myself after getting that deal across the finish line that I was never supposed to work for anybody. And, my time there was valued, but I'll never work for anybody again is what I told myself, and I haven't. So since 2019, I have not looked back, brother. That's the way I got in. That year in 2019, I did around 378,000-ish in wholesaling. The following year, I did north of 700K. And then the following year after that, which would have been 2021, I did 1.2 million in wholesaling. And that's when I broke that 7-figure threshold. And then we started doing fixing and flipping, all those things. But that's the way I got into it. So it was never supposed to be investing. I just came across it. I thought I was going to be a realtor. I knew something was next after this job, but I thought it was just me being a real estate agent, bro.
Man, I love that, man. That's a great story, man. I love that's as crazy. It seems like they kind of like burnt the boat for you, but it's crazy how every time the boat gets burnt, something happens crazy on the other side, and that wind's like right there.
Yeah, bro. Like they burned the boat for me. 100%, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Kai. I had like this like ticking and what is it called? Like those little countdown things you have on your phone. And bro, I was supposed to quit my job in June. And I don't know. I mean, I think God knew that I wasn't gonna do it. He knew that I didn't have it in me. Like the way it was described to me one time by my lady is like sometimes like, when a woman is bearing a child and she's supposed to go to labor and it's late. They induce labor, right? They make something beautiful happen. And so that's the way she saw it. She's like, and that's the way I see it now. It's like, he was just like, nope, I'm going to just induce this, I'm going to make this happen. Cause I don't think you got it in you, bro. I think you're really scared. And I mean, I definitely was, bro. I don't know if I would have just straight up quit. Everybody got like this glory story, how they walked in and, gave their boss a middle finger and quit. But it's like, yeah, that didn't happen, bro. I was terrified. I was scared, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Especially like, you've never had anything like that before, and like nobody in your family's had anything like that. And, it's fucking, it's scary, dude. It's like, especially if you don't have nothing and you don't really have anything to risk, but when you are, you have good money coming in and, you're set, you should be comfortable, but you want more. It's hard because most people around you, they feel like you shouldn't want more. You should be content. You should be happy with what you got. And, it's hard because like when, you're entrepreneurial, you have that hunger inside, you want more, not everybody gets it.
Yeah. Kyle, you really touched on something, bro. When you talked about, you should be content. You should, you should be happy. You should. Not only were other people making me feel like that, it was like I was dealing with it within myself. You know what I'm saying? Like in my mind, like from I should be happy. Why am I not happy? Like it was a turmoil, bro. I was in one of the craziest parts of my life when I was making good money, thinking that money was going to solve all my issues, just to have more issues, and that being more time with my family and time to actually enjoy the fruits of my labor. So yeah, bro, it was crazy. It was crazy.
100%, man. Well, man, I love it, man. Happy it worked out, man, and happy you're here talking today and sharing.
Yeah.
So what? So you're there. You know, it's kind of with a quick recap. You know, you got that first one. What happened there? You get the 19 grand. I feel like a big thing I see a lot of people do is, you know, they kind of blow that money. They get all that money real fast, and you get a lot of money one time. It kind of burns a hole in your pocket. You know, were you smart with that first deal? Did you kind of did you have fun with it? Did you put it back in the business? What'd you do?
Yeah, bro. Great question, man. So, you know, again, to rewind, I got into real estate not making that kind of money, right? So I wasn't used to it at first. But wholesaling didn't expose me to what a lot of money looked like real estate did, if that makes sense. I was already making more money than I was used to. And I already had the episode of blowing money, getting a car, jewelry, all that dumb stuff. I had already experienced that. So whenever I got wholesaling checks, I committed 15% of everything I made to go right back into my business. Now, these days, I'm at 25%, but I kind of had to slowly graduate to that point. But yeah, every single check that I got went right back into the machine, right? Because I didn't have a choice, man. It had to, you know? So yeah, no. That's a great question though, brother. That's a great question. I definitely went through that money blowing stage pretty quick, and it really exposed me to how dangerous it can be and how much you can really set yourself up.
Yeah, man, it goes fast, especially if you're not careful with it. But I think you touched on a great point there, you know, having that percentage number, having that certain amount, you know, the Bible talks about tithing and it's all about percentages. You know, I feel like when it took me a long time to learn that lesson, but when you start to, you know, put that money aside, a great book is Richest Man in Babylon. They talk about the same principle, but having those set numbers, those set percentage points, you know, for me, it's worked a lot because, you know, whether it's a big deal, it's a small deal, you just build that habit. You know, it's always there, and it seems like it, definitely helps you start to build consistency. Have you found the same?
Yeah, bro, absolutely. I love that book, man. I love The Richest Man in Babylon. That helped me a lot. There's another one that I absolutely adore, and that's The Psychology of Money. Have you read that one?
No, I have to check it out,
bro. It's a good one. It's crazy. But they basically refer to money as like points that you can use in the system, right? So I mean, in the future, excuse me, basically points that you can use in the future. Think of dollars as that. So save for the sake of saving. And I think that's something I've battled with too, being somebody who, if you don't have anything to go invest it in, most times people are just going to blow it. So I had to find things to go invest money in, and real estate systems, processes, people, and like you said, tithing as well. So yeah, absolutely, man. You got to be disciplined with the money when it comes in. Too many people don't understand that. Like right now, I got a 19-year-old, my boy Savion, 19, or he's 20, he just turned 20. But he sent me a text just now. He's like, "Hey, coach, this month has been good. I did 25K this month." And the guy's 20 years old. And the first thing he's going to do is go back and put that money right back into marketing. He lives with his mom still. You know, like I wouldn't push you outside of your mom's house. Save that money, stack it, because you're going to need it in the future, even if you don't think you need it now. And I think that's where most people kind of fall short. They're like, "Oh, my bills are straight. I'm paid. Let me go on this vacation." You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Especially people in their first couple of years, kind of like most people really don't know or understand there's seasons in this game. Like, you know, like you ain't gonna, you have a big February, a big March, a big April. You can't count on that money in October, November, December. Like, it's just not there. Psychologically, as a seller, they're not looking to sell their property in November and December. They want to spend at least one more holiday, right? Or one more holiday season, I should say, in their house. And most people don't know. They're like, "Man, is it my marketing? Man, is it this? Man." No, dude, it's simply the season for when people want to sell their house or not. And most people don't understand that, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And it's, I think that's a great point. And I think, it's not like counting your eggs till they're hatched, because if a lot of times you get a deal, you get under contract, and then, something can happen and you're already spending that money before you get it. And, I speak from experience. So it's, it happens, man. So it's, really just trying to be, fiscally conservative, I guess is the word.
Same here, bro. Same here. You know, when you got a couple deals in the pipeline, man, bro, you lock up 10 deals. Let's say you lock up 10. you have to learn to have a cancellation rate. Although we don't want to admit it when we get a deal under contract and we lock up a lot of deals and people are like, yeah, I just locked up 100 contracts in the last X amount of time. Yeah, bro, but you also have a cancellation rate that we all know is going to go down, from probate to a seller changing their mind to just all the things that's going to slow up you either getting paid or not getting paid. Realtor cousin comes in and busts your entire deal. It happens, man. So nah, bro, absolutely. Count your eggs before you hatch. I've been victim of that, man. Like, honestly, I almost gave up wholesaling because of how emotional the residential side of real estate is.
Yeah, no, it's a roller coaster, man. It's really high highs and really low lows, and it's magnified because I've had other businesses too in the past, and it's nothing quite like wholesaling.
Yeah. What other businesses have you had, bro?
I had a marketing company, I had a timeshare exit company.
Oh, sure.
I did like a bunch of ones, like, so for me, and I was like 23. Yeah, I think 22, 23. I got let go from my job. And I'm just like, fuck, I'm never working for someone else again. Kind of had that same thing. And I'm like, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't watch YouTube. I was on social media at the time. I don't even know what it was, probably back in like 2013, 14. And I'm just like, I got to figure it out. And just a bunch of failed businesses. I tried to start a weed grow op and didn't work. Tried to we did landscaping, and then we were up in New England, and we invested all our money into like snow equipment for the winter. Yeah. And then it didn't snow that winter. And so we had all these like snow blowers and shit and just sitting there, and a bunch of failed shit. And they just kept going. And
hell yeah, bro. That's crazy. 23. Yeah. I didn't go like full independent until age 28, 27, 28 is when I became like, it was like 27 years old. It's been about 5 years now. So, nice. I mean, anyway, I think that's really dope, bro. Those failures though, man, those failures are really what push you, educate you, and help you go to that next level. Most people don't experience those failures to know that they can be lessons. So they use them as failures and they give up, but wholesaling houses or this real estate game at all, man, it's so emotional on the residential side that sometimes you got to really, really, really be okay not being okay, because everything can be burning behind you. And then tomorrow that seller finally calls you back and it's a 40K pop, right? And it sets you up for the entire month next month. So I don't know. You got to be a crazy person to pursue this for a long time.
Yeah, 100%. And just like having that persistence, and like you said before, knowing that there's seasons and knowing that it's the snow's going to go away. It's going to be sunny again. Yeah. It's just temporary. So as long as you keep going, but if you quit, it's going to stay wintertime forever.
100%, bro. 100%. How long you been wholesaling, man?
I think I'm almost on like 3 years, about 2.5 years.
Let's go, bro.
Yeah. I wish I found shit earlier, man. I just never knew about it. But yeah, man, I love wholesaling. But man. So going back to that. So you're there, you get the deals. You're on your own. What's kind of been the trajectory from going from just being a solo operator to growing a business and to get into the numbers that you're at now?
Good job, bro. I mean, great question. Sorry. Great question. So, man, one of the biggest things, Kai, is when I got into wholesaling, this is going to be funny, but my manager, my direct manager, the guy right above me, also was interested in it. And they actually let me and my manager go at the same time. They fired us the same day, bro.
Damn.
The exact same day. They didn't even talk to him. They didn't even give him an ultimatum. So they fired him the day before me, or the week, because it was a weekend. It was a Friday. He was let go on that Friday.
Did he have a side hustle too, or what? Why'd they fire him?
Yeah, wholesaling. We both got busted. Yeah, we both got busted. Okay, let me tell you. This dude was guaranteed like 79K a year. No college degree, nothing. Like, he had a great position. So they weren't going to play any games with him. But both of us were leaders in this organization. So we could not. I think the hole was going to be too big for both people to be gone. We were the only sales managers. Okay. So I think they were thinking, let's give Tez an ultimatum because he can be groomed up to take this guy's spot. Because they let him go, no questions asked. He was in there for all the 5 minutes. Me, I was in there for like an hour and a half, bro. And when I left, I remember he called me and he was like, Tez, they gave you the ultimatum, huh? I go, how do you know that? He was like, because you were there so long. Like, there's, and I was like, all right, cool. He wanted me, of course, on the other side. And he knew that I was more scared than he was. He wasn't as scared. He had a lot larger of a nest egg and he was ready to go. And long story short, we became business partners after I was let go, and we did really good together. Back in 2021 is when we first hit a mill, 1.2. And then that following year, we're on track to do 3. I think we're at like 2.2 and a half. Okay. And bro, in August of 2022, I went and had a conversation with my guy, and I said, look, man, I'm actually gonna go out and try this coaching thing, because a year prior to that, Kai, I started to post a TikTok, and and unbeknownst to me, this information people wanted. I literally was just sharing information. I had a homie that was like a tattoo artist. He was tattooing. He's like, bro, you should get on TikTok. Long story short, I got on TikTok, man. Videos start blowing up. Turn a light bulb on for me. I was like, okay, maybe I can coach and mentor, because I had so many people asking questions. So I tried to get this guy on board with it, this guy being my business partner. And he had more of like a conservative mindset. And he was like, man, I really don't want to teach anybody how to do what we do. Had to win. I did. I had a video get like 6 mil on TikTok, bro.
Damn.
It was like me acting like a disgruntled tenant. Name is funny, you remember that. Yeah, man. Anyway, so the video started blowing up, and I'm like, man, I got something here. So I came to him like, hey, bro, we got something here. Like, look, let's try this. And he wasn't on board. And then months later, I think he can see that I was serious about it. And he was like, all right, man, finally, I'll think about, let's do it. But I could tell his heart wasn't in it, bro. And he was just dragging his feet on everything. And I'm like, look, bro, like we got to make this happen. Like, I got all these people reaching out for information. Truthfully, it's a lot of money that could be made. Also, we could help a lot of people. Like, let's just go. And he was just dragging his feet, bro. He would prioritize so many other things over it. So I was just like, all right, man, look, I'm just going to go do it. And it was scary. It was tough. I didn't want to just bounce out and just leave them. That was my biggest thing, was the loyalty piece. But finally, man, in August, while I'm making, more money than I ever made, people hear these big numbers, by the way. You hear these wholesalers, oh, I made 3 million in my first year and all this crap. It's like, bro, yeah, but I know what that looks like. I know overhead. I know fallout rate. I know what it takes to manage a team. I know you probably walked away with like 200K. You know what I mean? Like, truthfully,
gross.
I know what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? So like, even in a year we do 1.2, people hear that and they're, oh man, it's like, dude, we did 1.2, but bro, I probably only made like 300K. And don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of money, but it's not what people think. So anyway, I'm saying that because we're on pace to do like, we already hit like 2.2 and a half, and we're on the road to do 3, but we also implemented fixing and flipping. So that's, it was more money being made besides just wholesaling. And, cancellation is there and all that stuff. And I'm just like, look, bro, it's like, I'm just not super passionate as I am coaching, bro. And I came to him and told him, and I was making really good money, but I put it all on the line, man, then. And me and him split up back in 2022. Fast forward now, since trying to get into coaching, I have a community of over 300 coaching students now, man. Wow. And yeah, it's been an absolute blessing to my life. I'm helping other people. I'm seeing a lot of people win. You go to my Instagram, you see people holding up checks, you see wins, you see celebrations. So it's all there, right? So anyway, that's what it took, right? It took losing a 6-figure job, walking away from a 6-figure company, to now having a 7-figure coaching business and a 7-figure investment business. Yeah, bro. That's what the team aspect and the people around me and things like that looks like, bro.
I love it, man. Yeah, it seems like that's kind of the recurring theme. Is like, because even though they burnt the boat for you, I mean, a lot of people, most people would have been like, oh, fuck, I got to go find another job now. Yep. I haven't made any money this wholesaling thing. I got to go find another job. But yeah, you went all in, and obviously looking back, you went the right direction. And then same thing here. It seems like you went all in and took that leap of faith.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. I got my man Naaman. I don't know if he's still in here watching, but he saw me whenever I was just just an investor, and we were doing like 25, 30 deals a month. And he was like, bro, like, you doing more deals than most of these guys on stage. Like, you should be talking to people. You should be mentoring people. You should be helping people. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to keep doing my 25, 30 deals, bro. I didn't even know that it was a, to me, I wanted to get to 50 deals a month. You know, like, because it wasn't a deal thing for us. It was a income thing, and it was the only thing we were focused on. So I had my blinders on. I didn't even know these coaches exist. I didn't know who these big names were. He would drop all these big names, and I had no idea who they were, bro. Like, naming the laughs, thinking about. He's like, yeah, man. So, you know, like, Pace, and I was like, I don't know who that is. I had no idea. I would get on social media to post and get off. I wasn't engaging. I wasn't following any of these people. And it wasn't like disrespect. Naaman knows. Like, I love these guys now. But before, it's like I didn't even know this coaching world existed. I thought everybody was in their own lane doing their own thing. And Naaman like took me to an event out in Milwaukee. It was Tony Romero's event. And he exposed me to people who were on stage. And I was like, dang, bro, like I would hear some stuff. And I'm like, yeah, these guys ain't really doing deals like that. You know, or, you know, and I'm like, dang, and they got all these people following him and listening to him and hearing him and they like yelling on stage and hyping people up. And I'm like, dang, I mean, the resume that they act like they have is a resume I actually have. And that's what Naaman's been trying to tell me. So I got to give Naaman his flowers, bro, and just be like, look, man, like, I appreciate you for pushing me out here in a big way. And anyway, bro, so I had to shout out Naaman for that.
Yeah, no, Naaman's the man. Yeah, I kept hearing great things about him from other people, and then I saw him speak at Wholesaling Live. Man, dude just gave a bunch of value, and I feel like I always just resonate with people that like actually you can tell the people that actually want to help, and then you can tell the people that actually like giving value and not just a bunch of fluff and trying to sell you on something. But no, he's a real one for sure.
Yeah, but 100%, bro.
So let's talk about the coaching program, man. So 300, man. Like, what was the trajectory like for that? So you went all out. So you made the shift. How did that look?
Man, so man, I the first thing I did was I didn't do like a big event, right? I did a small event at a barbershop because my target audience to me was looked like me, bro. Somebody who black, who don't know a minority who don't know the opportunities out here. So many people didn't know about real estate, and so many people I felt marginalized working for this new home builder. I talked to you about, where I'm from, Oklahoma, right? And I talked to you about like me not having a college degree, all these things. But the truth is, working in a new home building environment, bro, it was a bunch of rednecks, a bunch of people who didn't understand me, who didn't really care to either. You know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, brother, like what I learned really, really fast and really quick is that more people needed the education. And it was rooms where I felt super uncomfortable to be in with people who didn't care if I felt uncomfortable based on the conversations and the things they were saying, the way they would act and shit like that. And it was cool, right? It was cool enough for me to deal with. But as soon as I opened my eyes to this investing world, knowing that, I don't have to wear a suit. I don't have to talk how you want me to talk. I don't have to dress the way you want me to dress. I don't have to act the way you want me to act. I don't have to deal with none of that. Oh, okay, bet. So when I figured that out, that was the most exciting piece. Like I can be my own self out here. And so I wanted more people that look like me to know, like you don't have to go get in their world and act like them and dress like them and talk like them and be like them in order to provide for your family. You don't have to do that. So my passion came from there. So I went straight to the barbershop. I was in the hood. I went to a barbershop on the northwest side of Oklahoma City, and I packed it out. I had no idea so many people were going to come. My boy Naaman pulled up all the way from Lawton, about an hour and a half drive. He came up, made sure he was there, but gave a lot of value to those people, man. And that very first day, over 30 people signed up like that. You know what I mean? And I was like, wow, it's really something here. So all I did was keep going, man, keep pushing and keep inspiring that way. So after that first year, I think we got over like 200 students in the first 12 months. And then the months to come between October to now. So yeah, about 4 months, we grew another 100, about 80. So we're at like 287 students.
Man, that's wild, man. Yeah, I was at the Carlos Reyes event, man. I saw how when all your people showed up, man. You have to tell they got love for you.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, man. I'm glad you were out there, man.
Yeah, it was real cool, man. I see you propose on stage too. And
yeah,
it was badass,
dope,
man.
Like that's dope, man. I'm glad you came, man.
Yeah, it's a cool event for sure. So awesome, man. So what advice do you have people? Maybe they're they haven't made that leap of faith yet. They're there. They're kind of they're hesitant. And what advice would you have for them?
I would tell them, bro, one, don't jump without a parachute. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, a lot of people will give you advice on just quit, burn the boat. That ain't for everybody.
Mhm.
Like, make no mistake. I had years of sales experience. I had years of real estate experience. I had a lot of contacts from working for this company. What I would tell a person to do, if you want to see if real estate is for you, is you need to find an entry level spot. One, you need to get sales ability, because if you can't sell, it don't matter how good your marketing is, period. So you need to know if you can sell or not. If not, partner up with somebody who has sales experience and bring something to the table, either money or the ability to market, like, truthfully. So if a person is like on the fence about wholesaling specifically, I would say get some experience, save some money, use your job as motivation to get out here and make it happen. Use the W-2 income to go do all the things you want to do that requires a W-2. Because had I known I could have had lines of credit before losing my job, I would have had that in place. I had to go find hard money lenders. I didn't even know they existed, bro. I didn't know any of that. So what you need to do is you need to get in groups, come to Kai's podcast. You need to listen to the people he bring on and put bits and pieces in place before you decide to just jump. And if but it's a difference between educating yourself, and analysis paralysis. And it's like, you'll know when you get to that point. I think you need to do everything you can to surround yourself with the right people. Go to the meetups, listen to the podcasts, read the books. Don't just quit your job and think you're about to go to a wholesale appointment tomorrow and make 30K or 19K because Tez said it. That ain't what happens. So be realistic with yourself. Know yourself more than anything. I wish more people just knew themselves. But once you understand what your weaknesses are, identify those. Don't focus on them. Focus on your strengths. Find people or processes to uplift those weak points to where your strong suits are, and you can go out and do something. But it really starts with education and really self-knowledge, bro.
Yeah, no, I love that, man. That's great advice. So what, dealing with, 300 students, man, I'm sure you see people from, all different, scenarios and backgrounds and, different problems and challenges they have. What are some of the most common problems that you see among them, or like the biggest like obstacles or challenges they have when they're first starting?
Man, give me just a second, Kai. I'm about to wrapping up a podcast interview. I had a 1 o'clock, but it's all good. I got started. I came in kind of late myself. You said one more time, Kai. What'd you have, bro?
Yeah, so like with your students, and what are some of the most common obstacles or issues you see that new wholesalers have?
Man, the common obstacle, sales. Sales, bro. They don't understand sales. I would have 1,000 students if I lied to people, Kai. 100%. There's so many people who never call me back or never get started or never jump in because, I be real with them. Like, if you don't have the ability to get told no, get cussed out, and deal with it, this may not be for you. 10 minutes. Boom. All right, bro. Yeah, it's the sales ability, bro. They don't have the ability to sell. And it's not just the savviness and the words to say and the wordplay. And bro, it's simply the mindset of a salesperson. You know what I mean? Like the mindset of a salesperson. They know that you got to keep putting shots up. They know that you're going to get told no so many times before you. So I think more than anything, Kai, the biggest learning curve that I see is not how to pull comps. It's not how to find leads. It's simply picking up the phone, getting told no, etc. People will get 20 no's or get 20 no answers on a phone and get to complaining. It's like, bro, you need to go put, you need to put up, call 1,000 people first. Get you a multi-line dialer and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, those are the expectations we have of cold callers. So since you're not a cold caller, you think you should have a better result? That's not the way it works. You know what I mean? Like, a person will call 20 people at 8 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the morning and say, man, nobody's answering. Bro, they're at work. Like, come on, man. Like, be real about it. And anyway, it's funny to me. It's really the ability to sell. And everybody thinks they're a good salesperson. That's the funny part. 100%. Everybody thinks they got it, but you ain't got it, dog. Like, if you ain't willing to put in the work and know that it takes that many and bro, it's people like you, people like Naaman, people like me. It's all of us putting people on this game. So it's so many more people who are teaching versus when we got started. I could have picked up the phone and have 100, added 100 people get on the phone and convert. Now it's probably 1,000 because there's so many more people competing. You know what I'm saying? So bro, I think the biggest thing is just people really knowing what sales looks like and what it takes to get this stuff done.
100%. What's the, do you have any advice for someone who's like, all right, can put my ego aside. I need to get better at sales. What advice would you have for them?
I would tell them, talk to people like they're your friend, man. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of books I can refer you, right? Never Split the Difference, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Think and Grow Rich, all the, Rich Dad Poor. All these books are great, right? But ultimately, books ain't going to teach you how to be a human being. What you need to do is you need to go fumble through conversations, talk to people at your local 7-Eleven, talk to some friends, like treat these people like you're talking to your friend that you're trying to help out of a trouble situation. And if you can't do that and you need a script to do it, you probably suck at relationships anyway. Like, just talk to people, fumble through it, get told no, get hung up on, have more conversations. What helped me, Kai, is going to seem weird to some people watching this. What took me to a whole new level in my sales ability was I would mind map a conversation. So if I had a conversation with somebody, Kai, and I started to fumble through it, or like, let's say you said, all right, Tez, well, what can you tell me about this? And I fumbled, I'd be like, I don't know. I'll get back to you. But when you left, I would take that question and I would literally mind map it, bro. I would put a box and I would put 3 answers that I could have had when somebody asked me that question. And then I would do that every time. And to some people that may sound crazy, but it also got me to where I am. You know what I mean? So
that's good.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's great, man. So a lot of people that think there's like an unlimited amount of objections. There's a limited amount of things they can say, but there's really not. When you start to break it down like that, then like I like to listen to my recordings and listen to game tape, and like I like to go back. Like you break it down, there's like 7 or 8 objections, and break it down even further, they're on a couple groups. So there's not really that many things you got to do when you start to do it that way, man. So I love that.
It's really not, bro. Good point. It's probably like 7 or 8 objections. Not really. Not
100%, man. Well, man, I've gotten a bunch of value. I don't want to take up too much more of your time.
Thanks,
any
brother.
Final thoughts you had before we switched over to the quick Q&A?
Man, I think the only thing I would say is, strengthening your sales ability is one of the biggest things that comes from this. That's 1. 2 would definitely be surrounding yourself with the right people, community, develop whatever that looks like, and then 3, be realistic with yourself, man. If you got, if your monthly obligation is just 3, 5, whatever the amount is, you need to have like 6 to 8 months of reserves saved up before you ever quit a job and try to go all in on wholesaling. Because I'm gonna tell you a real timeline for you getting a deal and getting across the finish line and getting paid, 60 to 90 days. That's a realistic expectation. So prepare for it, and that's if you're going hard.
Right. That's true, man. It's about how long it took me. So yeah, man, I love that, man. That's great. What's the best way for people to connect with you online or on social?
Absolutely, bro. Hit me on Instagram, man. Follow me on IG at Tez, Tez Arbertha, spelled just how Kai has it, or I didn't put that thing. Tez Arbertha on IG, man.
Awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate you hopping on, man. And does anybody have any quick questions? I know we had people say, "What's up, Tez?" Yo. Christopher Crump said 2 killers. We got Naaman. We got Chris Withrow. So much truth in that. Rejection is part of the game. It really is, man.
Yeah.
But awesome, man. Well, I don't see any questions in there, so man, we're gonna let you run. But I appreciate you guys. Have any other questions? Drop them in the comments. We'll come back and get an answer for you later. But I appreciate you guys. Y'all keep crushing it one day at a time, and make sure you go. Hey, this is Kai Logue. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I truly appreciate you. If you want more of this information and you want to see these actually recorded live, go ahead, join our Facebook group. It's the Real Estate Wholesaling Syndicate. It's right on Facebook. Google it, you'll find it. Type it on Facebook, you'll find it. I look forward to seeing you guys in there. We give a ton of free information in there, a bunch of free trainings, free courses. You get all the scripts, contracts, everything you need, A to Z, absolutely free. And I look forward to seeing you on the group.